How safe do you feel traveling at night in Addis Ababa? To answer that, a study has revealed that over 90% of Addis Ababa residents would avoid traveling at night. The report also added 65% of women feel unsafe walking in their neighborhood at nighttime, with a reported 23% of women participating in the study reporting they have previously experienced harassment or unwanted attention during their travels in the city. The pilot study was funded by the International Growth Center's Ethiopia office to help policymakers and urban planners recognize the role of gender as a core determinant of an equitable transport system, with improved safety in travel, safe accommodation for pedestrians, and reduced cost in transport seen as reducing barriers to physical mobility.
One of the key points of infrastructure is urban transport and mobility. How do people move in places where space is much more constrained? One of the things that we have learned is that many urban African residents continue to have low mobility. People often report that they find it difficult to move in cities even as possible benefits that they can get from the city are increasing. There's limited transportation access, and also restricted options create additional burden for travel. When you ask people in surveys and in questions, have you ever not done something because it was just too far or too difficult to get to? A significant proportion of people say, yes, I have to really think about if I want to go somewhere, if I want to do something, especially if it's farther away or if it's really, really hard to get to. I mean, everybody here in Addis understands what traveling at 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., especially around Meganania, is, right? Like, it's very difficult to move, and it's very crowded and congested, and people plan around points of congestion in the day. The motivation comes to the point where access to safe and efficient transport has the potential to really close some of these gender gaps in mobility and in travel, which has a lot of benefits. If people can get to where they want to go to sooner, faster, easier, cheaper, then they may be able to use services, public goods and services that are provided to them. They may be able to work more, look for jobs, seek employment, and then there are also other benefits that are conferred.
According to the report, the research was conducted by recruiting 1,000 married couples in Addis Ababa and providing them with a travel credit for private taxi rides over a 2-month period to note gender differences in mobility for a better policy recommendation. African Renaissance Television Services was present for a workshop organized by the research team to launch the pilot study's results and had a few words with one of the members of the team with regards to the aims of the study and future plans.
የወርክሾፕ ዓላማ ባለፉት 2 ዓመታት ላይ ከቦስተን ዩኒቨርሲቲ ጋር ኢኮን ኢንሳይት ሴንተር ፎር ዴቨሎፕመንት ሪሰርች የሚባለው ተቋም ከቦስተን ዩኒቨርሲቲ ጋር በመተባበር
The aim of the research, which has been happening for the past 2 years with the collaboration of Boston University and Econ Insight, is to help remove barriers women face in access to transport and identify worries women have and what works can be done to solve those issues, including how providers of public transport have their services far away from locations that have majority of the city's residents.
ስለሆነ በተለይ ሰዎች የሚኖሩበት አካባቢና ስራ ቦታዎች ያሉበት ቦታ ደግሞ ርቀቱ በዛ ያለ ስለሆነ ሴቶቹ ቤት መቀመጥ ሊመርጡ ይችላሉ። ስለዚህ የትራንስፖርት ኔትወርኩ እየተስፋፋ ሲሄድ እነዚህ ፕሮብሌሞች እንዴት ሊቀረፉ እንደሚችል
Therefore, when the transport network expands, there needs to be a thought on how we can solve these problems. And this study is a pilot study which will be followed by the second and the main study that will have wider participation pool. The overview of the study is when we solve access barriers to transport for women, we can shorten the gender gap and truly work on gender equality by giving them more access and voice that comes with it.
ስለዚህ ጀንደር ጋፑን የሴቶች እኩልነትን ለማምጣት ከተፈለገ መጀመሪያ በትራንስፖርት ዙሪያ ያለባቸው ማነቆ ማስወገድ ነው። ስለዚህ ምን አይነት መንገዶችን መከተል እንችላለን የሚለውን በሪሰርቹ ለማግኘት እየተሞከረ ነው ማለት ነው።